Hey, happy Tuesday. Not that happy, hence why I'm running again to burn off the frustration. Yeah, just quickly on the Afghanistan situation. Do we not have anybody in the military, civil service, cabinet, etc. who has rational logic, reason and intelligence, where with Afghanistan, one, I don't believe we needed 20,000 people's help. What did they all do? Like, we're supposed to have, military intelligence over there. You might need a few spies and the odd interpreter, but 20,000? What did we get for those 20,000? What was the outcome? What was the success we saw from that nonsense? Anyway, did nobody think, right, if we've had 20,000 people helping us, let's just kind of throw around some ideas. If anything goes wrong, can we afford to look after them? Do we have the space to look after them? Can the public services look after them? What kind of effect will that amount of people and their families have on the public purse, on society, on small towns, etc.? They should have come to the conclusion that no, we couldn't cope with them. So in that case, who do we talk to? Could Saudi, Qatar or the UAE, or who else could take these people? We might have to fund them, but who could take them, look after them, protect them if that was required? Why is there no forward thinking, troubleshooting, option A, B, C planning? Instead, it's just always last minute reactionary nonsense that puts us all in a fuddle. Like, this country cannot afford one more person to look after. It really can't. I don't know how many times we have to say this, why our government don't get it. 20,000 men from an area that unfortunately is at the top of many statistics that aren't particularly welcome. And then they hide it from us and the taxpayer has to pay for it. When do British people start getting put first? When does British taxpayers' money get put towards British taxpayers? It seems that we're getting told we've got a multitude of black holes now, with Labour having borrowed a record amount of money and creating just a universe of black holes, and the tax is going up and up for us to pay for it, and yet they always seem to have just a plethora of money trees for whoever else needs money when they're overseas, or people from overseas, countries from overseas. There's only so much you can take as a taxpayer where you feel like you're just permanently being squeezed tighter and tighter and tighter, and yet you're getting nothing in return. And the government continue to be deaf, dumb and blind to the cries and the concerns, the real, very factual concerns British people have. And as I said before, I just find Keir Starmer and this government, we all know they're the worst in British political history, but they are the very epitome of gaslighting. You know, you have Kemi rightly bringing Keir up in Parliament today. I listened for a second because I can't handle anymore. Talking about how diabolical things are, and yet Keir, all he said was, we've brought 3,000 jobs to this country. 3,000 jobs? Where? Who for? Deliveroo riders? And yet Kemi would rightly, factually say, well, we've seen unemployment rise every month since you've come into power, Labour. But Teflon, just water off a duck's back. Doesn't recognise what she said, acknowledge, give any reason. Just kept parroting that we've got 3,000 more jobs. And then the fact that he's cut waiting lists in the NHS, which is a lie. From everything that we can see, it's just they're cancelling appointments, jigging it around. The NHS is no better. And then he had the audacity to say that businesses and their business confidence was at a 9-year high. Yet we're seeing unemployment rise month after month as businesses close because they can't afford the taxes and the national insurance, the electricity bills. So people are losing their jobs left, right and centre, whether it's from small businesses, steel works, gas works, oil works, the car industry imploding. But no, Kia will tell you that businesses' confidence are at a 9-year high. Maybe Dale Vince's businesses, turbine businesses, but not the businesses that you and I might run or be employed by. Every day, ordinary people like me and you are screaming and shouting for our government to listen, and that it always falls on deaf ears, and they continue to push down on the accelerator of the things that are making so many problems in this country that we are shouting about, and they double down. Stooge government, honestly, rogue, completely rogue. It's no wonder you and I are on here shouting into the wind. I just pray sometime the government hear our call.